Indigenous round is underway. Two of our champion clubs doing battle to start things off. Sam Hughes with the cut back, stopped by Francis Molo and Jack DeBellin. Played to Marnie and away to Max King. Recently extended his tenure at Belmore for a further 3 seasons. And this is Bailey Haywood, promoted to start the game at lock. And his debut season, and Kickow's been in almost career best form this year. Another barnstorming charge, and Burton with a 4th tackle kick. Oh, McKaylee was a little confused. The ball was touched, but in a backwards direction. And Crichton leading the kick chase. Sexton in 23 lines up in the halfback role. Kiraz and Salmon there as well. Real energy and determination about the Dogs' early work. Well, that's a charge. Marnie came reeling at the back of that. Is it possible that Moses Shirley's got bigger this year?
I think he looks fitter. Oh, more muscle bound.
And DeBellin breaking through the middle.
Haircut, that's the thing. I think he's had his hair.
He looks ripped. And now Ben Hunt. Hoisted high, the kick fielded by Connor Tracy, who looks like he has sealed first dibs on this fullback role for Canterbury. His 4th successive game in the role, and he's running for nearly 180 metres a game as the Bulldogs fullback. Great to have JT sideline. Good evening.
G'day, Tomo. Yes, great conditions down here. As you can see, we've got a full moon. So crazy things happen during a full moon, but I'm sure these two teams will have a red-hot crack.
So we need to encourage more hijinks from Andrew Johns. A full moon.
Oh, we've got the padded cell at home. It's ready.
Now Burton.
Brad Fittler made the point during the week. I don't know why Matt Burton just doesn't launch those torps every time from 40, 50 out. It's such a weapon. It goes to percentages, the end over end. Started well, the Dogs. See how much energy they put into their defence, especially around the ruck, the wrestling at the ruck. A lot of effort.
One of the oldest lineups in the competition, this Dragon side. Average age tick over 28 per player. And a break here and a drop ball by Bird. A golden chance from their own end.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity there created by Jacob Little, a dummy half. He just caught the markers unaware. He took off. Reed Marnie there, he was called offside, so he stayed out of the tackle. And Bird, if he holds onto that one, there's a chance to kick off the scoring early.
Just when you were playing, Cameron, you're in your marker there and they called you offside, would you go through with the tackle?
You make the tackle.
Make the tackle, give the penalty away.
Yeah, make the tackle. The one thing you don't want is to have line breaks conceded straight through the middle of your defensive line, that one, like that one there.
Because he had to do better there, Jack Bird.
Yeah, Jack over the top.
He had a clear pass there.
And it's one down, second row.
You see how they attack the Bulldogs with Toby Sexton. Sexton at halfback. It's been killing it, New South Wales Cup, by all reports.
And Connor Tracy always willing. Looking for a 4th straight victory at Accor Stadium for the first time in 8 years, this Bulldogs outfit. Things are looking rosier around Canterbury way, despite a couple of successive losses. Sexton, half through the line, played promptly to Marnie. Haywood got out of the way of it. It's bobbling around. It's been bobbled, but back. Bronson Cherry cleaning up the loose ball. Haywood for King. Little and Bird, and then Sewer, the 3 men involved in the tackle, but they're down inside the 10. It's taken flat by Burton, out to kick out. His opposite man, Ben Hunt, fell over, but still was able to tackle it. Marnie to Haywood, and Sexton, and underneath the Jamin Salmon, there's an obstruction.
Yeah, just a little bit untidy there by the Bulldogs.
Gonna go in a quick play the ball.
And that may just be the late inclusion of Toby Sexton. His players getting in the wrong place, getting in front of each other. I like that short side play previously with kick out. They just tried to isolate Ben Hunt there. He did well, Ben Hunt, to make the tackle, but look at sharp early.
Fits Zuli, doesn't he? Once again, 5 minutes into the game, the core this time of year gets so slippery. We've already seen players slipping over. Bit of blood there from Toby Sexton. Might go back to his first touch next break of play. It's good signs.
Flanagan. And here's de Belin, almost pulling through that attempted tackle. He's only a smallish body in the middle there, Bailey Hayward. He's more a 5'8", I understand, but playing as a ball playing lock for the Bulldogs tonight. Sully back on an angle. He beat King. He beat kick out. He's on a destroy mission.
Never seen that happen. The kick out.
Ben Hunt off the back of the pass from Seller. That's high by Burton, I think. I know. Around the shoulders, says our referee, Adam G. Sloan plays it on 5. Hunt with a kick. Where's Lomax? Here's his kick chasing guru. He knocked it on. Couldn't quite get a clean path to it.
Yeah, Josh Adokari did a good job there. Just to get in his path, Zach Lomax just had a small check on the run.
So still knock on. Okay, sweet case. Got a handover. It comes off Bulldogs last, guys.
Yeah, it's just a handover. But yeah, Josh Adokari he just made Zach Lomax check his run. Just made it a little bit harder to get down to that spot under the football.
Yeah, Toby Sexton's first touch here. Firstly, look how straight he plays, and the second, when you see space as a halfback, you got to take it. And if you're running games on, it improves your passing game. So good signs there from the young halfback.
Before tonight, Andrew, he's played 26 minutes of NRL this year. He was 18th man in that famous victory against the Roosters earlier in the year.
I've watched him closely. There's signs he isn't long-term NRL halfback. I don't know whether it's a confidence thing, but he's got all the tools.
There's Hayward distributing for Burton and an early ball for kick out.
Good tackle. Ben Hunt there tackled the ball.
Burton working in very little room. Dinks it over the sideline. So an intense start to this.
It was a good tackle from Ben Hunt. This is something he loves to do. He loves to get up and tackle the ball and rake at the ball.
Play the ball. Front foot.
And kick out's got the big left foot step. And just watch Hunt. Tackles at the ball. It's something to look at the rest of the game. He likes to rake at that ball when he's one-on-one.
He likes tackling New South Wales with too.
Oh, not yet, please. Still got a while to go.
He just perks up around Origin time, Ben Hunt. It's like Christmas morning.
Right edge. Right edge, no good. Especially Reed.
We've seen improvement in both of these outfits so far, Cam, in 2024. We've talked about the Bulldogs' defensive record, which is very admirable. What about from St George Illawarra's perspective?
Yeah, I just think that they play with more consistency now and a stronger belief in their own game plan. I know they've had their little hiccup Anzac Day against the Roosters, but apart from that, they're playing pretty solid football. And this young man as well, I think he's gained a lot of confidence with new coach Shane Flanagan.
Certainly backed his ability, no question. Played to Jacob Little, short side raid. Hunt over the top, Sloan pursuing. Tracy slightly out of position there. Oh, they've come back with a Canterbury, but not without a moment of stress.
Well, it's a warning shot for Connor Tracy. If you're going to defend in the line, you're going to kick over the top, doesn't matter what tackle. Here it is, goes over the top. Tyrell Sloan chasing the ball. Josh Adokari was back there. Where he came from. He's on the left wing.
He's fast.
That doesn't take him long to anyway. 40-20 shot by Marnie. He's very proficient in this area. The ball is running along other side. She's McKaylee. He kept it in and he knocked it back. It was good. Oh, and he slipped. He slipped. That looked dramatic. He slipped in the salmon. Undoubtedly, it was a high tackle, and it was little fault of the defender, but that's the way things are adjudicated these days.
Little bat back in.
We commentate the game when we get nervous around McKaylee Ravalawa. How would you like to coach him?
No, thanks. No, you just see him slip there. That chunk of turf come out from a core stadium under the left boot. There's very little that a defender can do in that situation.
So Sully has the Dragons within 5 of the halfway. And now Jack de Belin is well up over the 200 game mark for the Red V. Pass to Hunt, working in midfield, slow now. And here's Jaden Sewer. Recommitted to the Dragons through until the end of next season during the week. Played by Molo. Marcelo was used as a bit of a tackling bag there, just dumped it away to him. And now Flanagan. A kick for Jacob Kiraz to defuse. Eisenhuth with the tackle. And a shift early in the count here. Through the hands of, ends up with Bronson Sherrick.
There's just one straight line shift. Very rarely do you see any type of backline shift these days like that, Joey.
I know, just I don't know if you don't see more of it coming out of trouble, because team's defence is very passive coming out of trouble, especially when wingers go back. There's an offload out the back.
Got to be knocked on.
Hands behind the ball. Pulls it forward.
Yeah, if you're willing to back your skill and go through the hands, as we've just seen the Bulldogs do, there's cheap meters on
Easy
offer.
meters. And you're moving the defence. Ball gets put down. You got to catch those offloads out the back. Be disappointed with that one, Reed Marnie.
Get out 6, guys. Get out 6,
Moses Sully looked fit.
Need a bounce. Need a bounce.
One of those players, everyone over the last few years can see the potential.
Hold, Matt.
Bit of blood there for
Ready.
Molo. And Moses Sully, good to see him really fit and focused.
No more, Toby. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
Far down the ground as the Dragons have been pretty much since the start of the game. De Belin, he's been strong early. Some great running. He's busted the line again, Jack.
He's poked his nose through the last 3 times he's carried the ball, Jack de Belin.
Running with purpose. Away to Molo. Short pass from Flanagan. They're left of the post. They're 12 metres out. Hunt now working the short side. Here's the weapon, Sully. What a start by Moses Sully. It's only fair he gets the first try.
Absolutely. Hasn't he started this game with some venom? Some really, really impressive carries with the football, and this time it's a nice play. There's Jack de Belin, Harvey Norman replay. He's the one that started the momentum. He just pokes his nose through, gets 3 and 4 defenders interested. There's a lovely shift out to the left. Just watch this pass. This pass right here, Ben Hunt. Oh, it just gets Stephen Crichton coming in and off his line. Creates an overlap on the outside. Moses Sully, so hard to stop in that situation. 5 metres out. He carries 2 players across the line.
What a great pass it is for Ben Hunt. Goes far enough into the line to attract defenders. Not too far to take space off this big wrecking ball. Moses Sully. Been talking about him. Here he goes. Goes in the line nice and straight. Holds the defenders, but gives his outside men some time. That was perfect halfback play there from Ben Hunt. JT?
Yeah, it certainly was, Joey. Digging just far enough into the line, but it was great work by Kyle Flanagan, who hit himself on the inside of Ben Hunt and comes around late, and that attracts the defence of Stephen Crichton to come out and jams him. And Moses Sully, good to see him back after copping that heavy concussion in the Anzac round.
Glorious kick. Lomax 6-0.
Time you run, guys.
The Dragons with a try down that left-hand side. And that's a problematic side of the ground. From Canterbury's defensive perspective, they can see most of their tries down that right-hand channel. And you saw perhaps an example of the deficiency there with Crichton posted and taking no one. I'm not saying it's his fault, but a breakdown in communication perhaps on that side. Blake Laurie into the game. They rushed, and so Sewer breaks a little bit of ground. He gives it to Sloan, who did well to get out of heavy traffic and roll a kick in behind. Tracy's back there. He runs right across the ground to be crunched by Eisenhuth. And now Kiraz, one of the local favourites. And here's Crichton within 6 of the halfway. They're expecting big things from this lad, Sam Hughes.
He moves nice. The footwork.
And then Hayward.
I've been really impressed with Bailey Hayward this year. He's only played a handful of games, but he's a tough young man.
Sexton putting a hang time, and the chase was timed well by Jamin Salmon.
Well, that was Toby Sexton's first kick of the match. Nice kick too. Good chase by Salmon. This is where the Dogs really need to get up and amongst the Dragons. They've dominated field position, the Dragons, over the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Now Little, smart again from acting half. Flanagan, it looked awkward because he's on the wrong side of the ground, essentially for a right foot kicker. Flies it down to be taken by Kiraz and through their hands, and space for Addo-Carr.
But once again, just letting the ball do the work. Just one pass and there's easy meters down the edges.
Addo-Carr v Lomax. Good battle. And now Bronson Cherry, who's making this second coming in the NRL. A good news story. He's doing a good job out at left centre for Cameron Ciraldo's outfit so far. Hayward, Sexton and Burton with numbers here, Canterbury. I think it's flicked the fingers of Lomax and gone over the sideline, and he might have saved a try.
Yeah, he just got fingertips to it, Tomo. Zach Lomax, he stuck his right hand out. I reckon if he didn't get his hand to this football, just a slight touch. I reckon Addo-Carr, he's a chance.
Some news from Danica sideline.
Yeah, an early setback for the Dragons. Hame Sele's gone off with a shoulder injury. There are some concerns about him. They do fear that he won't be able to return to the action tonight, but at this stage he's still getting assessed, so we'll keep you updated.
Thanks, Danica. Had a delayed start to the year because of injury as well, Hame Sele. Back where his NRL career started in the red V. Max King now. The Bulldogs setting up outside St George Illawarra's 10 with a fresh set of 6 now. Sexton to Hughes, a little gap open, couldn't quite exploit it. DeBellin shuts it down. A couple of metres from St George Illawarra's line now. Sexton, Burton, kick out. Great tackle. Jack Bird got up around the ball and dragged the big back rower to ground. Marnie straightens, Hayward joins in. Sexton off the back, he'll bring Crichton underneath. It's been well covered by St George Illawarra. Still 2 plays remaining on the renewed set. A kick is very good to Burton. Oh, this is a photo finish. I don't know if he's got this down. He'll do well. He was frighteningly close to the dead ball line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tomo, I reckon he does get the ball down. We just got to check his legs. And has he done enough to keep his legs in the air while putting this ball down? If he has, it's a remarkable effort. Harvey Norman replay. Toby Sexton once again, second kick of the game. Nice little dribble. Now, does he keep his legs in the air long enough?
This will show it here. I think he gets the ball down. It's just the legs.
Or the hand and the knee. We'll need another view from the other side. This will be close.
Oh, simultaneous. What happens there for simultaneous?
It's try.
Oh, I think it's a try.
Oh, what about the finger? Oh, what about the finger on the line? How close? Oh.
It's a try.
No, he's too
it's
good.
It's a try.
Adam,
look, there it is.
Adam G, too good.
He's been eating his carrots, Adam G. They're good for your eyesight, Joe. What a try. What a put down by Burton. He's a big, big man, Matt Burton, and the Huey fan cam shows some happy doggies fans. Jonathan Thurston.
Well, it was great vision by Toby Sexton. Tyrell Sloan was caught at a defender at that play the ball, and you watch Matt Burton come up and give him the signal to put it through, and he puts it through, and it's a great put down by Matt Burton.
It really was. Couldn't have been any tighter. And he levels us.
Time you run!
Great to see the halves combining to effect a kick by Sexton, and his mate in the number 6 was chasing after it and comes up with the Canterbury try. 6 each now. Danica, some more news?
Yes, we've just had confirmation from the Dragons that Hame Sele has been officially ruled out due to that shoulder injury he picked up early in the match.
All right, bad luck for him and the Dragons. Thanks, Danica. Back comes Max King. He earned great respect amongst the Canterbury club last year, Max King, and they were obviously having a difficult campaign and one littered by injuries. He played with, I think, a fractured sternum for half a season, pretty much, just to keep them going. Huge effort. Playing big minutes in an inexperienced football team. Lomack, good offload. Sloan there waiting. And here's Bird working through the middle of the course stadium. Very even contest, isn't it? Not just on the scoreboard, but neither team has generated any great ascendancy throughout the first 22 minutes. DeBellin's been outstanding. Great tackle, Hayward.
So his shoulder there as he grabbed for a quad with that right leg. With some strapping on there. Yeah. He must be in some pain because he's a tough young fella. I'm really impressed with him the last couple of weeks. Oh, is it knee on knee?
Yeah.
I've seen players smash their patella doing that. Pappenhausen, yeah.
Ryan Pappenhausen a couple of years ago against the Raiders.
Jack White.
Thankfully he's back there, Bailey Hayward, and there's the Fox chasing after Tyrell Sloan. Two of the marquee Indigenous stars of our game. Be a good foot race. And Josh Curran out on the ground now as well. Hayward again. There's nothing of him. He just snaps their legs away. Ben Hunt. Plenty of hang time under that. The Fox takes it, but he's cornered.
Well, two very different styles of football being played tonight. The Bulldogs, they look more dangerous when they're moving the football around. So with their long shifts and getting to playing edge to edge, whereas the Dragons, they're fairly happy just running one out, but they're a big side. They're a big physical team, and they're running hard tonight. So we'll see what style of footy wins out in the end.
It's a real grind, you're right. Burton gave that the full treatment.
Effortless. His timing on the ball. I just want to see one of those big torpies.
Well, a couple of years back, Joey,
You and I were in Perth.
It's Perth. We were calling Origin in Perth, and it disappeared out of the above the roof of the stadium.
Yeah, that was in Perth. Yeah. Someone was under him.
Yeah, Kalen Ponga.
Kalen got about 10 metres from it. And once again, I just don't understand why he doesn't nail them all the time.
Inside Canterbury territory, Jacob Little. Kyle Flanagan calls on the left-hand edge. Here's Luciano Leilua, that forward. Oh, good ball, but forward.
I reckon if you go back to that dummy half pass, that might have been a little bit forward too.
There's Jaime Celer. Clearly disappointed. Shoulder problem. We'll have to wait and see how serious it is. Luciano back in the lineup for the Dragons tonight. First game actually since round 5 with a calf injury. He's been sidelined for quite a while. His first 4 seasons in the NRL were at the Dragons. Luciano Leilua, and he's back home, if you will. Kick out. Past the halfway. Eisenhuth working up the tackle count as ever. Hayward, Sexton, Tracy for Crichton.
And every time they've gone to the right side, they've turned Crichton back in. They see a weakness there, trying to get Crichton in between Kyle Flanagan and his back rower.
Sexton straightens and runs once more. He's willing to run. He's caught them napping a couple of times. Now Bronson Sherry with a lovely kick to the in goal, and Sloane's there to ground it.
It's such a huge advantage if you've got a centre who can kick the ball. Here there's a 3-on-3, 3 attackers, 3 defenders. Burton passes to Sherry, and because he passes, here's the run from Sexton. Once again, show and go. If you're running games on as a halfback, it improves your passing. But the pass goes to the centre, so the outside defence has to come up. And he gets a grubber through, isolates the fullback, and you get a repeat set. Such an advantage if you have a centre who can kick.
Hunt's nailed the distance, and they're going to get a result here. It's a knock-on off Canterbury.
First one's off Bulldogs here, and then the second one off Dragons. Shot clock on.
When are we going to see, off the short dropouts, the rugby union when they lift someone like in the lineouts? They lift the big men up.
Bring it in.
Well, I'm told.
Surely someone...
Oh, did that take Leilua's hand first? Are they challenged?
No, I think no, there's no challenge now. I think it came off Leilua but backwards.
I'm told some of the clubs are practicing.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Really? Wow.
They got the ball, Casey.
That would take some practice though.
Yeah, I think the Knights are on the verge of signing John Earls for that reason.
Really?
Does John Earls know about this? It's been a while since he's left the line out, I reckon. What a champion.
Just working there, Semin. Went on with the tackle. Look at the player on his back. This is where they like to attack. Cameron spoke about coming out of trouble. They're very one out. When they get these set starts from taps, this is where they love to attack. Trick shot.
So here's Luciano playing it in from the touchline. DeBellin working hard. Wrapped up by Curran. Eisenhuth to centre field. And Leilua tackled well around the legs by Sexton. Crichton comes in to secure the ball. Flanagan first receiver. He's running backwards here. Eventually links up with Ben Hunt, who floats one over the top with wonderful vision. Lomax cuts away from that touchline, importantly. He's shown the turf by Bronson Sherry. Now Hunt is going to go back short side. He's going to go back to Lomax. Oh, they get 6 more.
Oh, they'll come back for the first error.
It's their ball, no advantage. Comes off your end.
It's when he's at his best, Ben Hunt, when he just goes dummy and takes off. It's an error.
Oh. The Fox is taking it personally.
Let's go. Sorry, Ben, I didn't know he grabbed it before I went out.
Well, they got a couple of options here. They, what do you go? Sully, power, or Sloan, speed.
They've got 4 players on the left.
Bring it in. Luciano, tight there.
Combination of both might be ideal.
Break.
And there's your power option. Here's Sully. Tackled strongly though.
What do you reckon he'd weigh? 115 kilos?
Oh, that's a lot. Sewer. Barnstorming run. Strong tackle by kick out. The Dragons working up to something. DeBellin. Half a metre away. Right underneath the posts. Little comes to the right. Hunt bringing it on to Sloan. And then Bird wrapped up really well. And he's been dragged.
You join in.
Kept going, and another defender joined the tackle, which was already completed. So the tackle was completed as soon as Burton and then Curtis Moran came in. The referee says that's an infringement.
It's 5-zip, the penalties.
Wow.
Go, Curtis!
So repeated defensive efforts on their line here for Canterbury. The Dragons trying to take advantage maybe of a little fatigue setting in now. Eisenhuth a couple away. Flanagan, dummies, runs. Oh, got jammed. Good tackle. And played super fast, and a dive over try for Jacob Little, who's been tremendous.
Well, you can trace that back to the Eisenhuth run. He got through, played the ball really quick, and they got the ball to Kyle Flanagan, who got over the advantage line. He dummied and went. Here it is, Harvey Norman replay. Eisenhuth will get through. He'll find the ground. He'll play the ball quickly. Defence scattered. Kyle Flanagan gets the ball. Show and go. Harvey Norman replay. One-on-one tackle. He gets up, and then from dummy half, the most dangerous spot to attack from.
out of dummy half. Here's the first one, a drop-off play to Eisenhuth. He bounces up, defenders on the ground, and that's the play ball that led to the try. Bulldogs players all over the shop. And here's Lomax to convert. He's got it.
Here's it. An unwavering first half. The Dragons have just pulled ahead, 12 points to 6. It's the sort of game you expected. Nighttime game at Core Stadium, often defensive-minded. Both these teams playing a fairly conservative style, if you will. Physical. 19 tackle breaks for the Dragons. Here's Blocker Laurie. 8 from the halfway. Played to Little, who's very confident, particularly running out of dummy half. Plenty of time for Ben Hunt to hoist one in the air. Tracy fields it, but he has nowhere to go. He's elite at kick chase, Zach Lomax.
He puts a lot of energy into it. Gets down there. I'm sure his forwards would love seeing that.
Preston on the ground now. And now Curtis Moran, another of these smaller forwards, but goodness, he's willing. He plays well out of his weight division. And that languid left foot kicking style of Burton on show once again, it just goes forever. It's all timing. It's something with the left footers, isn't it, Andrew? Just looks effortless.
We got one sitting next to us. You can ask him.
You know what? I saw him last weekend at Suncorp Stadium almost nail a 40-20 with his RM Williams on.
Oh, come on.
One more bounce and it was over, Cam.
Had the RM Williams on.
Yeah.
The Mossman Cowboy.
Were you worried about...
It was the Ariots.
Oh, right.
6 to go.
We weren't worried about doing a Darren Lockyer from a couple of years ago, were we?
That was on my mind the entire time. So I stabbed it. There was no power behind it at all.
It nearly got there. We were willing it anyway.
I think it ran along the ground further than it was in the air.
Played by Bird now. They've got some momentum generated courtesy of that 6 again from one side to the other. Leilua wrapped up.
They're playing to Leilua early, looking for him to ball play on that left side with Sully. Just keep an eye on that one.
Gee, they've withstood a lot of defence recently, Canterbury. Hunt takes it on the advantage line, playing to Sloan. Little gap opened up, closed, courtesy of Burton chasing from the inside. Play 5. Plenty of Dragons jumpers down this short side. Sewer can't fashion a pass. He knocked it on. But they've done well here, Canterbury. They've been right into the pump for a sustained period here with defence.
Well, it's just been all power, hasn't it, from the Dragons? They've played a power game in this first half of football. You're right, Tomo. The Dogs have done extremely well to keep it to a 6-point deficit. If they go to half-time at this scoreline, 12-6, they've done a really good job.
More physicality in defence that time. And that was Tracy knocked over. Here's Kiraz. This week it is Indigenous Round in the NRL, where we celebrate First Nations communities who have deep bonds with rugby league and are part of the fabric at all levels of the game. This year, the NRL is calling on fans to educate, celebrate and connect so we can move forward together towards reconciliation. To learn more, head to nrl.com/indigenous.
Oh, Jack Birds. Oh, he's had a history of lower leg injuries, Jack Bird. He went straight to the sideline.
The Burton bomb was up there for a long time. It was touched back by Stephen Crichton and dived on by Carraz. Now, there's obvious concern
Oh, he's in agony.
for Jack. Oh, no, not another knee.
Oh, he's in agony.
He's had a rotten run.
Steve, let go.
And
Oh,
straight
it's an
away.
ankle.
He's off the field. Luciano, let's go.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Move now, Reed. You're crawling.
Interesting how they reshuffle here because they've got 4 forwards on the bench.
Not the eyes of Huth to the centre. You feel for him, don't you? Could be cruel, this game. Laurie playing it to Little, now DeBella, and Flanagan here was lined up by Preston from a long way out.
It's an amazing story of resilience as Ben Hunt looks to run the ball. Oh,
Charge down, kick out, he's the master, but it's not going to go his way.
yeah, for Jack Bird, numerous knees.
What's up?
Yeah, they're stopping the game because Jack Bird's too close to the sideline.
So he holds him back.
Oh, hang on.
22.
Oh, that's penalty.
Yeah, Jack Bird, he's had a history of lower leg injuries. I think he's had 2 or 3 knee reconstructions, but I think he's also suffers really bad rheumatoid arthritis. He has to take constant medication for his rheumatoid arthritis, so
Yeah, so they are going to stop the game. They were signalling for the game to be stopped, so the penalty came at an opportune time there. And they're just going to get the Medicab to come out and take Jack Bird back to the dressing room for further attention. Oh, that's just horrible.
Yeah, well, he goes over on his ankle. Yeah, I was going to say, with the Medicab being out on the ground, you'd suggest it's something a little bit more serious than a knee. And you just see there, he just rolls his ankle. He stands on the foot of Sherry and he goes over.
Okay, 12-6, the Dragons leading Canterbury. So you rejoin us with Jack Bird hopping onto the Medicab with appropriate assistance. He's got the painkiller, or the painkilling whistle, and we're hearing already they've pretty much diagnosed a broken lower leg, fibia. We're hearing. We'll get more on that at the half-time break, which is less than a minute away. It's just horrible. So a reshuffle coming out on that right-hand side. It looks as if Eisenhuth will be moving out to the centres as we forecast. A reminder, was he a cult hero, Rocket Rod Silver? He's just a gun, wasn't he? Back in the 90s, at fullback for Canterbury.
it was hard to get a hand on him. His footwork was so good. And he's one of those rare players that when he changed direction, he could actually gain speed.
Yeah.
Great balance.
Will he be joining us for a chat at half-time? Curran on the resumption, played it to Marnie through Sex, and here's Moran. He got elevated to the club's top 30 this week. A much-deserved reward for a wholehearted player. Here's Salmon. Tackle 12 metres out. Can they jag? One on the break. They're close enough. Curran, short pass. Preston surging. They'll get one more shot before half-time. Marnie waiting. Away to Toby Sexton, then a ball to Burton. He goes to kick out for the Fox in the corner on half-time.
Well, this is going to be close. Lovely play by the Doggies. Let's see what the referee says. No try.
We're looking at touchline.
Okay.
The pass from Reid Marnie.
Yeah, he gets there quickly, doesn't it? He scores a lot of his tries in this fashion. Does he stay in?
Josh Adokar
Fox.
places his foot on the touchline. We have a decision.
The boots are too bright.
I think we'd have got that one even if they were painted white. Bad luck. He doesn't often miss. None of them really do these days. But good pressure from the Dragons inside man. But I guess that's a positive in a half where they've had very little attacking football. They get a chance down there before the break, and they're still able to manufacture an opportunity. But it's the Dragons by 6 at half-time in Thursday night footy. Just looking at these stats, they're all in favour of the Dragons. The penalty count's 5-1 in their favour. The Bulldogs, 217 tackles against 177. The missed tackle count, 24 for Canterbury, 3 for the Dragons. There's been 24 tackle breaks for the Dragons, just 3 for Canterbury. So if you think in terms of stats, Andrew, to be behind by 6 is not a bad effort by Canterbury.
Yeah, they were brave defensively. Just see how they play the Dragons in the second half with so many players reshuffled, playing out of position. We saw Ben Hunt on screen before. It pretty much falls on his shoulders. He's going to have to nurse this team to the 80th minute. I'd like to see him get more ball, Stephen Crichton. The ball he's had tonight, they've turned him back inside 2 or 3 times. A lot of their quality ball goes to the left to kick out. I'd love to see Crichton get some more ball on the right.
Yeah, I think they'll stay with their left, I reckon, Joey, in the second half. They nearly scored in that corner with Josh Adokar right in the death of the first half. You got to remember that's where Tom Eisenhuth has moved to, replacing Jack Bird, so there may be opportunities there for the Doggies.
Makani Ravalawa from a standing start revs up to kick off this second half. No stranger to close games. This Canterbury outfit, their last 4 losses have been by 4, 2, 6 and 4 points. And in fact, in all 4 of those games, they've scored the same number of tries as their opposition. So they've been here before. Let's see whether they can improve at the clutch and go through and claim the 2 points. So for Tala Mariner, it is a full moon, as we saw. That's a half moon. Here's DeBellin. It's been strong. Only forward in the game to have run beyond 100 metres. Some tackle-busting charges by Jack DeBellin. The kick fielded at the back by Tracy. Flanagan down there energetically, as is Tyrell Sloan. And here comes Kiraz. No surprise to see Reid Marnie at the top of the tackle count. Good offload, and Burton pinching metres up the centre. Now Adokar into dummy half. And a restart to the count, so this is a good start to the second 40 by Canterbury. They've won 5 of the last 6 against the Dragons on this ground. They do play a call well. It's a difficult place to play at night, as Andrew and Cam have already alluded to throughout the call. Kick out, rampaging back on the angle and stop within 5 metres of the Dragons line now. Marnie hops out. Salmon joins in. Curran distributes back to Reid Marnie. He's going to dig to the in goal. He chases himself. Sloan gets over there.
I was watching there, mate. I'll have a look.
There's a nice opening from the Dogs. It all traced back to the offload to Matt Burton. He made 15, 20 metres, and on the back of that, they've got a 6 to go, and Josh Adokar got out of dummy half. Great opening, 2.5 minutes by the Dogs. Jack DeBellin looks like he's in some trouble.
on 10. No, just pulled up short.
Play the ball.
So this new rule is no penalty, but possession handed over to Canterbury, courtesy of a play the ball. Preston tackled 4 metres away. Marnie drags Curran back towards the play the ball.
Great tackle by Lure.
Passing for Crichton. Caught and stopped and then dodged. I mean, this is a bloke who's 110 kilos. Great agility. They've used 3 of their tackles and they head left. It goes to Curran. Moran. Sexton back for Curran. It's all power stuff at the moment. They haven't broken the Dragons down. Marnie, spiral pass, Sexton, and then Tracy joining in. He's given Carraz a hell of a job. He gets a kick around the corner. Sloane's going to swoop upon it. And in fairness, they haven't asked too much of the Dragons' goal line defence there.
Well, it was really the only play that they threw at them in the whole set. Outside that, it was a few hit-ups, but Sloane, what a fantastic job that was. He was covering the corner post, got his feet back underneath him and picked up that loose ball, kicked back inside. Wonderful job there by the young fullback.
Danica, we've been most downcast about Jack Bird. Can you provide some positive news?
Well, this could actually be some positive news. He isn't going to hospital because they actually don't think at this stage that it's fractured anymore. There were initial fears that they thought that he had a fracture to his lower leg, but they are now thinking that it could just be a really bad sprain. So he's in the sheds at the moment with his dad Mick and his manager as well. They're icing it to see how it settles, but at this stage he's not going to hospital.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Danica. Maybe all the positive thoughts from our viewers around the country have helped. That or the green whistle. Tracy. Well, there was no one outside for Jacob Preston. He eventually offloaded to Crichton. Curran, stopped by Jacob Little, played to Reid Marnie. Damon Salmon's playing in the middle now, short pass, Sexton finds, kick out, he's rampaging! 2 metres away.
Just on that shift to the left, Toby Sexton got into the line and attracted defender, which got Kikau into space. Just watch Sexton gets right into the line. He'll dig straight into the line, which gets him one-on-one. Kikau one-on-one with Ben Hunt. And there's going to be one winner there.
5th tackle penalty, so they recharge the count. 5 metres away, they've had all the ball after half-time. Curran. Well, they're trying to bash down the front door. It's withstanding the assault just at the moment. Salmon dummies. He beat Eisenhuth pointlessly and strolls over to score. Well, they've opened them up eventually, and we're about to be locked up once again.
Well, that's great awareness by the Bulldogs. You see in the start of this second half, all of their attack has been aimed down their right-hand side. Moses Sully has actually swapped to the other side of the field in the absence of Jack Bird. And you just see that tackle there, that Salmon breaks. It's Tom Eisenhuth. He's defending 3 in, just here. So he's worried about that speed and that attack on the outside. Harvey Norman replay, and his movements off the line, they're just a little bit sideways, and there you go, out towards the sideline, and he gets beaten back on the inside. Soft attempt in the end. And that looked too easy there for Salmon. It's been a nice hit back there by the Bulldogs. They fought well to stay in it, only 6 points down at half-time.
What was Leilua doing there? He went right past the ball. He didn't tie in on the inside. He went past the defender, Eisenhuth. He had to be on the inside.
Let me run, guys.
One of the battalion of new signings for Canterbury this year, Jamin Salmon.
Well, the recruitment of the Bulldogs in the off-season, they went for utility players. There's probably half a dozen players in the starting team out here who could play 2 or 3 positions. Pretty smart recruitment.
Missing Kurt Mann, who fits that bill.
Kurt Mann plays anywhere. Jamin Salmon plays anywhere. Josh Curran plays middle or on edge.
I've got Jake Turpin on the bench tonight too. He's played a bit of lock and dummy. Kick out. Damaging after half time. Burton. End over end, high ball. The chase is coming. Well taken by Sloan. Oh, but Josh Addo picks him up. As if he was on a travelator.
It's been all Bulldogs in
Yeah.
the second half. Only 8.5 minutes.
They've barely touched the ball. A red V. Have you seen Kickout play better? He's just ripping, tearing.
He had a couple of good seasons at Penrith, don't
Seems like he's making line breaks at will at the moment. But you are correct. Here's Leilua. And Ben Hunt. Like a Russia kick away there. And they're going to win the field position battle as well. 15 from halfway. Sewer tangled up in the tackle on Josh Addo-Carr. Here's Bronson Sherry now. To the middle of the ground. Nani distributing and Kiraz. Current tackle strongly by Isaac with Leilua. 4 plays. Inside enemy territory. Tracy for Preston. Great tackle, Flanagan. Good read. Sexton with a high ball. Burton's chasing with interest. Kickow's part of it too. He put him off there. Burton will at least try to. And Lomax has pulled through the other side.
There's a disruptor.
He's going to let him go too, our referee. Great retort by Lomax.
I don't know how to describe that. Went off very early.
Waitala Mariner, one of 3 former Bulldogs in the Dragons outfit tonight. And Hunt once again, a standing kick, pumped up in the air. And Tracy, the security wall put up around him. Kiraz, quick play the ball, long pass. They're going to go wide again here. They yielded some good ground in the first half with this similar tactic. Cherry can't get around his opposite man. He's been bundled over. Oh, there's a penalty.
Yeah,
that was Moses Surley with a great tackle.
Yeah, second movement, I reckon. He's done well there. Sherry to stay in the field of play and just might have been slight second movement just to get him into touch. See here. Oh.
Well, that's
Wow.
There's no, the momentum hadn't stopped. That's not a penalty at all. We spoke about a call about the surface. A big no-no. You cannot go anywhere 5 metres to the sideline because you can see with the slippery surface, you just get thrown out. I can't believe that was a penalty.
That's potentially a turning point.
That's a dud call.
Sexton's been strong. Salmon away now to Tracy. Good Tap-on pass by Crichton, and Carraz has found some space. He goes to Marnie. He's got the little legs pumping, and Salmon with a second in the second half.
Yeah, love that footy. Love that footy by the Bulldogs. And once again, it's down their right-hand side. And you got to take your mind back to that penalty that was blown way back downfield. With Bronson Sherry going into touch. Harvey Norman replay. Nice hands for the Bulldogs. It looked like it was well and truly shut down with the Dragons. But Carraz, he put the dancing shoes on, come back in field, found Reid Marnie. And Marnie just got the arms free with a nice ball at the end.
There's some poor attempts to tackle here. Look at that arm grabbing. Carraz got that extravagant running style. Reid Marnie, he gets there. And the cover tackle is under the ball. Salmon, that's 2 for the night. JT.
Yeah, well, it's not rocket science for the Bulldogs. The Dragons' left edge defence, they got Eisenhuth at 3-man and Flanagan defending at centre. So that's exactly where they attacked, and that's exactly where they scored. So I know their left side is normally their strength with kick-out, but they finally come to this side and they cause a little bit of havoc here. And you see Jacob Little not filling in, too fatigued, and they come through back on the middle. So great football by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's great footy by the Bulldogs. Yeah, I've got to back Joey up there. Pretty ordinary defence by the Dragons. A lot of arm grabbing, just reaching. You got to take bodies to bodies in defence. Must do that. Particularly on nights like tonight. A little bit greasy, a bit slippery.
Sweet kick by Burton. They've completed 8 of 8 after half-time. From 6 down to 6 ahead. Canterbury 18. St George Illawarra 12. Carraz with the line break earlier to set up Jamin Salmon's second try, the first time in his career that he has scored a double. Moran. Now Marnie with Curran once again. Eating up the hard work. Tackled by Luciano Leilua. Laurie part of that also. And Connor Tracy with a run to the halfway. And now Burton. Come, Burto, just one of the tops. Maybe air traffic control of Burton.
I'd like an interview, maybe JT or Deniker after the game, to ask him how come he's not launching those torps. Maybe he's saving them for 2 weeks away.
Is he in, Joey? Is he?
Oh, I don't know.
Another mistake. The pressure's piling up on the Dragons here. They've been on the back foot after half-time, and this is going to give Canterbury some more handy ball. Danica?
Yes, this crowd here at Accor Stadium, they've found their voice in the last 10 minutes or so. We've got an official crowd figure as well, 15,442 in attendance tonight. And also, just a quick update on Jack Bird. We are hearing that he could be looking at just 4 to 6 weeks out. They do believe it could be a syndesmosis injury. So certainly looked quite painful, but yeah, we're hearing early reports he could just be missing 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. I'm sure he'd take 4 to 6 weeks given the pain he was writhing in after he was taken from the field. There could be more pain for the Dragons more broadly. Should Canterbury score off the back of this? More possession down inside that red zone. 3 players used. Moran inside the 10. Laurie wrapped him up over the top. Moran's like a statue that fell over. Burton tackled well by Sully, who's been one of the shining lights for the Dragons tonight. 4 metres away. Sexton, Salmon and Tracy out to Crichton. Quick pass on. Carraz shouldn't have got there. Surely he did.
I reckon they'll have a look at this, boys.
Well, that was horrible defence. He had no right. He should have been put in the grandstand there. Just the one-on-one tackles. Horrible from the Dragons.
It looked like he got there a little bit too easy in the end, but I think they may have a look at this. They might go to the bunker. Just have a look. Harvey Norman replay. I reckon Eisenhuth is taken out by a Bulldogs option runner, decoy runner. Just there. He gets hit. He goes to the ground. I think this might be taken off. There's no doubt that Carraz gets there. Beats 2 men in the end. In fact, he should have been stopped. But just watch this run here.
Yeah, Kyle Flanagan gets there, and you watch Kyle Flanagan, he drops his head. His eyes go off the target. He drops his head down and loses all awareness where Carraz is. The referee, you can see him looking at the big screen, no doubt. The bunker's in his ear.
Tries to confirm. Gee, you expect them to stop him, man, didn't you? He was a sitting duck for them.
Well, Eisenhuth would have got there in
home.
cover, so it'd be interesting to hear that one
That's
on Monday.
I'm
with
sure.
Graham Ennersley.
I'm sure they've been overturned all year. All year.
Well, they've come out in the second half, the Dogs, and they've gone up a gear, and the Dragons have gone down a gear. They just haven't matched them with enthusiasm.
Here's another Burton boomer from touch. What a glorious kick. Stop Rebel. Barely believe the turnaround after half-time.
He can score a try, Carraz. Well, someone's going to do something to turn the momentum here for the Dragons, whether it's someone to come out of the line and put a big shot on, try to force an error. But someone has to do something for the Dragons, try to wrestle back this momentum.
Max King crashes into the Dragons' defensive wall. They've gone bang, crash, wallop after half-time. Carraz has been in the thick of the action, helped to orchestrate a try and scores one himself there. Oh, well, there you go. That's Molo trying to make a statement.
Yeah, well, he tried.
And Connor Tracy.
He's wholehearted, Connor Tracy. There's the second half tries. 3 in 11 minutes.
Ravalawa takes it, but they're pinned down close enough to their 10. They've had no ball, really.
And the ball they've had, they've made a couple of boo-boos coming out of trouble.
And that penalty was a big call as well.
Well, they just have to build the game again. Focusing on the next 3 or 4 sets. Get some petrol back in the tank. Kick early. Get down there and hustle.
Another strong child. He's lost the ball. Jack de Belin.
Jack de Belin got torpedoes on. Remember the...
Yes.
Are they torpedoes? They must have 2 cork size or something.
Made famous by the 92, 93 Dragons.
Dragons, yeah.
They didn't really catch on though, did they?
Because they didn't work. Oh, no, they're not torpedoes.
Curran. Another bullish run. If you're not careful, he'll get this on the ground, you know. He never relents, Josh Curran.
He's a good player. He's a really good player.
Well, now Preston, oh dear.
Oh, no.
Preston crashes over. They've got their fourth in 20 minutes after half time.
Well, this will be hard to describe, this one, because it's beyond soft. One out, no one around Jacob Preston. Someone coming outside in. Harvey Norman replay. Oh, yeah. I think Monday afternoon when they do the review, it won't be nice to look for the Dragons back rowers. That was poor.
Well, every try from the Bulldogs in the second half has come through that area of the Dragons' defensive line, and that's the change they've made. Something needs to happen.
Yeah,
Well,
Eisenhuth's he's defending where the halfback would normally is,
Yeah.
and Flanagan's gone to left centre. But the gap between Eisenhuth and Leilua is just being exploited.
Yeah.
JT.
Yeah, well, it was good defence by the Bulldogs that forced the error from Jack de Belin. And the play before, Matt Eisenhuth come up looking real shaky with his shoulder. So that's where they've targeted on his inside shoulder, and he's just called touch, but didn't come back.
He's just pushed this one, Matt Burton, 28 points to 12 tomorrow night, right here on 9. I don't know whether it's as bitter as it was back in Cam's day, but it's a great rivalry nonetheless. Manly-Melbourne, can Manly turn their season around, or will the Storm continue their push for top of the table? They are remarkable, aren't they? Tune in from 7:30 right here on the home of Rugby League 9's Wide World of Sports. It's just, I'm pretty sure it's sold out. If it's not, there's a handful of tickets left at 4 Pines Brookie tomorrow night.
Is there another Hopawate
There is.
debuting? That'll Lehigh. So that'll be the
On your run!
fourth
I think it might be the
son.
actually. Well,
And then
there's a daughter too.
There's a daughter plays NRLW. Well done to the Hopawate family. I'm sure if you're watching, Hopper.
We'll be able to catch up tomorrow night at the ground, of course.
My roomie once was State of Origin Hopper.
How was that?
Who did the room plans for that? Cam, goodness. Kick out.
I think Joey requested him.
Sure did.
Reed Marnie, Matt Burton, Bronson Sherry, Josh Addo-Carr kicking over the top. Bronson's there, Tracy's there, it's been spilled. Bronson may have forced it, or maybe he hasn't. The video will tell the story.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're scoring with every set here,
Mate.
Canterbury.
Coming back to tackle one, mate. I want to check grounding, but prior to that, I want to see if Zach Lomax actually pulls back a Bulldog player for a professional foul.
Yeah. So it's either going to be a try
Kick chase
or
being cleared as onside.
potential penalty to the Bulldogs. They're just running roughshod at the moment over this Dragons defensive line.
He's got his hands all over.
Zach
Yeah.
Lomax at this stage legally grabs Bronson Sherry. We're playing through.
So this will be a sin bin if it's a no try. There's Bronson Sherry.
The ball is then knocked back by St George. Are playing through.
Oh, he might have scored that.
You can't kick that, can you? It bounces.
Just looking at all available angles for grounding.
When the ball goes down and bounces like that, they can't kick this.
The ball is knocked on by Bronson Sherry. We do have a professional foul from Zach Lomax in the lead-up.
No
Wow, so this is going to be made even harder now for the Dragons. They've already got their defensive woes in this second half. They're going to be down a man.
Down a winger.
Here we go.
Zach. Legally grabs Bronson Cherry over the shoulder. Professional foul.
I can barely believe the change of complexion over this game. The Dragons led by 6 at half time.
Well, they're a resilient footy side, the Bulldogs, Tomo. We spoke about that pre-game, particularly their last month, and what they've shown us in tight battles, in tough matches. They're a tough footy side. And they hang in there and they make you, if you want to win the game, you got to play your best footy for an entire 80 minutes. And that's, the Dragons haven't done that tonight. They played really well first up, but they just haven't come out of the sheds with the right frame of mind.
They're taking the 2 here, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a strange decision, that, against 12 men.
It's been strong, Burton.
He has. His kicking game is just so sweet. He hits the ball so pure.
A lot of Origin discussion, and understandably so. Some question marks still around the halves, but bear in mind as well, they still need to find a left centre, New South Wales. Roland Garros returns to Nine's Wide World of Sports this Sunday night from 7 p.m. for the second of the Grand Slams on the tennis calendar. Don't miss our Aussies in action on the hallowed clay courts of Paris, right here on the home of Tennis Nine's Wide World of Sports. Rafael Nadal probably competing for the last time.
They're getting back Matt Burton in the centres. The way Queensland play, but especially with Reece Walsh, the way he comes on those sweet plays. I think the centre position, you've got to pick a specialist centre who defends there all the time. I know he's played there in the past, but I think he's played centre for a couple of years, has he?
I think he won at least one comp, if not 2 there. He was Dallingham centre.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's defended at 5'8" the last couple of years. And there's a big difference defending where a half is to where a centre. You cannot miss when Reece Walsh is coming around on those sweet plays. He is just so fast.
There's actually a headline just before kickoff this evening that Katoni Staggs, who was initially projected to be missing 3 weeks, might not be as severely injured as was initially projected, and it's not beyond the realms that he could be available for Origin.
No, reports are it's a bit of a rib issue, nothing too serious. So I think it's more so just resting him this week, Tomo, Tony Staggs. So you got to remember, State of Origin, it's still 13 days away. So yeah.
A good test for one of the other candidates, Jesse Rabian, Saturday afternoon down at home against the Panthers.
She's been impressive last 2 weeks. Cronulla, this was their big test last 2 weeks to see whether they're real contenders, and they are. Beat the Storm down there, and then they beat the Roosters up there at Magic Round. I want to knock off Penrith. It'll be a big scalp.
Well, it's like a mini finals campaign if you want to look at it that way, and they're 2 from 2 and well favoured to make it 3 from 3.
Well, I think they'll gain so much confidence, because that's the knock on Cronulla the last couple of years. They can't beat the top teams, so yeah, they're a contender.
Here's Connor Tracy. He's toiled away manfully once again. Jake Turbot on the ground. Just his second game as a Bulldog. The former Bronco. Played 42 minutes against the Storm. And here he is backing up a lovely offload by Max King. Salmon for Sexton, for Burton, for Sherry. Back over the top to Burton. There's no one there. There's absolutely no one around Matt Burton after he took that inside pass. And Canterbury have jagged another one.
Well, off the offload, Turpin got through. And when he plays the ball, there's only 4 defenders on the right side from the Dragons, where normally you'd need 6 defenders from that field position. And they just go to the line. Harvey Norman replay, you can count the defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll go to the line and he'll have a 2-man overlap on the outside. Cherry does well here, just over the top. And the Bulldogs are running downhill and downwind in this second half. That was too easy.
Yeah, you just see off the previous play of the ball. It was Francis Molo. He was retreating out of the tackle late, which left their defensive line short. And they just attacked that side where Zach Lomax is now, or should have been, but now in the sin bin. And that just unfolded beautifully for the Bulldogs. JT.
It was great work by Toby Sexton. When they were playing the ball, he was looking with his eyes downfield, seeing which numbers that he could play against, who is going to square up on. And when he gets the ball out of the backfield, as this is the offload to Jake Turpin, he digs deep into the line and then throws a beautiful ball to Matt Burton. So he's been magnificent tonight, Toby Sexton.
And his halves partner, Matt Burton, JT, kicking for 20 points individually in the game. And he's just pulled it to the right-hand side. 34-12. Wildwater Sports is the only place you can catch both men's and women's State of Origin, exclusive, live and free. We're just under 3 weeks away from the men's opener at Accor Stadium. 13 days to be precise. And game 2 of the women's series kicks off the following night. Newcastle, Thursday, June 6. Nines, Wildwater Sports, your home of origin. And earlier tonight as well, indications are tickets are selling very strongly for game 2 of the women's series in Newcastle, Andrew, and they are expecting a sellout.
It'll be a sellout. Ratings, game 1 were off the charts. There's 2 million nationwide.
Yeah.
And the good, I was going to say the good guys, but good girls. They got the result, the New South Welshmen, the women. What am I doing?
Well,
digging a hole.
I was talking to...
Someone help me, please.
There's a challenge going on at the moment in the game, but I was actually talking with Ruan Sims. It was a night or two days after the game, and she
Jack
spoke about the
DeBellin's
crowd
left hand strips the ball out.
Newcastle game too.
Yeah.
They'd already sold 25,000.
Remarkable.
So most definitely it's going to be a sellout.
Well, if New South Wales Origin players talk about going to Suncorp to try to keep a series alive, I reckon the Newcastle, this is as close as it gets to Queensland coming into the furnace of New South Wales fans up in Newey.
Yeah, we can hold the dressing rooms and there'll be waters everywhere. Fire alarms going off at the hotel.
Night before.
Yeah, it'll be an event.
The Queenslanders will hit back. They always do.
Come on, stop it. The Dogs.
Tracy with a kick in pursuit. What a bounce! They are running roughshod.
Yeah, good footy this one. It's smart footy. They've played powerful. They've played resilient. This is smart. Just lifting the eyes a little bit. Seeing the space in the backfield behind the defensive line. Harvey Norman replay. And it's Connor Tracy this time. Just a lovely little right-footed chip. Critter, he knew it was on. And he loves chasing the kicks downfield. You just see there, chip straight over the top of Sloan. He was defending up in the line. Beautiful rugby league.
Haven't they made a statement? Bulldogs. I mean, talking about their defence this year, how much stronger they've been, but their attack tonight, especially the second half, geez, it's humming their attack.
Need I remind you it was 12-6 in favour of the Dragons at half-time?
He's a winner, this bloke, Stephen Crichton. He's such a winner. You can see him getting his team in there before we went to the replay. He was getting everyone in.
There's Matt Burton's 20th, 40-12. And still ample time left. Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy this week. The Warriors hosting the Dolphins at a sold-out Go Media Stadium in Auckland, 3 p.m. Live and free here on 9 with all the build-up and analysis with our experts here at Nine's Wide World of Sports. Another remarkable indication of how strongly rugby league is travelling at the moment. This is the 9th game in succession that the Warriors have sold out.
That game at Magic Round, the Warriors Penrith, what a game that was.
They were brilliant. They were missing at least eight of their regular squad for that game, and they were still able to win. But
well, it's a big challenge because they've had big crowds over, as you've said. They've failed this year in a couple of those. Round 1, Canberra got them over there.
Yep.
There's a couple others that they haven't performed. So come on, Wires, fire up.
Incredible support behind that team right around the rugby league public, but particularly in New Zealand. Congratulations to the Kiwi fans and everyone at the Warriors doing a wonderful job of inspiring the rugby league public.
Well, their attack is humming, and I've got to say a lot of it's got to be down to the halfback. Yeah, getting the ball, Toby Sexton. He's straight in the attack. He's gone into the line, tracked defenders, which is made room on the outside. I've been really impressed with the young halfback. Next break of play, we may go to Jonathan Thurston and get the great JT's what he thinks.
Well, what do we go to him now? Yes, JT.
Yeah, I think he's been the perfect foil for Matt Burton. They've needed a half to really straighten that attack, take it deep in the line, get the boys around the park and create that space for their outside men, and that's exactly what he's been able to do. So, yeah, I think he's the perfect foil for Matt Burton.
The mid-season, the transfer, you'll remember last year, Sexton from the Titans to Canterbury for the back half of the season.
He just looks to me as a young halfback. They chip over the top.
Oh, dear.
Tackled in the air.
No, Matt!
Zach might go for another 10 minutes.
He's been back on the field for 3 seconds.
This is just, there's no spite in this. It's just over enthusiasm. He's had 10 minutes in the bin. You can't do that. Where's your head at, Zach? Yeah, Toby Sexton. He's just in one of those players, those young halves who comes into grade, he play well, and then the next week his form would drop. It seemed to me he lacks confidence. So I'd love to see the young man from this performance really kick on, because he has all the tools to be a long-term NRL halfback. Been really good tonight. They look fit, the Dogs. They look really fit.
They're on the road to play Newcastle next week, Joey.
Oh, I'll have to water those sheds down again too.
Yeah. Did you ever play in the sabotage sheds up in Newcastle camp?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Did you?
Yeah. These guys, they're lucky these days. Beautiful ground up there, Newcastle.
Sexton could be rewarded with a try. 5 to play. Turpin from acting half. And then Tracy. Good tackle by Flanagan. Preston felled a metre or so away. And Hughes has dropped one.
Short leg of a defender. Shot clock on. Scrum.
So the scoreboard in the second half is 34-0.
We didn't see this coming.
No.
did not see this at all. And there are some excuses for the Dragon. Jack Bird went off. There's been a reshuffle, but they've just been totally blown away in the second half.
It should be fascinating to hear Shane Flanagan's analysis of this. Bear in mind, they're coming off the bye. They've had 2 weeks to freshen and focus on this game.
Well, they looked fresh, didn't they, at the start of the game, Tomo? And that's the issue you have when you have that style of game that you bring on the weekend, is that front loading of energy, which the Dragons did tonight. Like they blew Canterbury off the park early with their power running, their big outside backs. They just haven't been able to kick on and pull away. They scored 12 points early, and the resilience of the Bulldogs and their defence, keep showing up, keep getting their bodies in front. And it's really just shut the Dragons out of the game. They've had no answers at all.
Oh, Tracy, he's become one of the fan favourites.
He's just 100 mile an hour. No respect for his body. He just charges into contact. I'm going to challenge this one.
Joey, coming into tackle 1, mate. Got a lost ball by Bulldogs, challenging for ruck interference.
Tackle is complete at this point. The left hand of a Dragons player then pushes the ball out. The challenge by the Bulldogs is successful.
Penalty. It's a penalty.
They won't have a lot of time to wallow in the aftermath of this result, because St George Illawarra play the Panthers next week.
But that'll be without their origin players.
Midway.
Who will they lose? Liam Martin.
Still to be determined. Martin and Yo.
To'o.
Possibly
Luai.
What about Dylan Edwards? There's a push for Dylan Edwards.
Can't have done much more, can he? Sexton chips, runs, and Sloan with his pace is able to get back.
But once again, the young halfback seeing the fullback in the line. They've done this tonight a couple of times. Got a couple of tries from it. Stephen Crichton scored a try. Something that Sam Walker's really take advantage of when the fullback's in the line. It's not short.
And Carraz steals it away from Flanagan. Under a couple of minutes remaining, but Canterbury's still hungry for points to finish a remarkable second half performance. Turpin for Haywood. Floater. Carraz over. LaSummersole put down 44-12, and Burton from touch.
Yeah, Bailey Haywood, we spoke about him early in the game. Plays in the halves and lower grades. I've watched him the last couple of years, and there's always something in this young fella. Really tough. He competes. It's his start tonight at lock. Harvey Norman replay, and he shows his skill here. Double pump, which brings the outside defence in, and Carraz, inch perfect this pass. This is a cracking pass. A little double pump over the top. And Carraz gets his feet away from the sideline. This is a huge win for the Bulldogs. Peppered that side of the field all second half.
Oh, the critter. Stephen Crichton.
His legs
he
are too
stumbled
long.
over the top.
His legs are too long.
Not another one out of Origin.
Oh, let's hope not. No, this is a huge win for the Bulldogs. Huge win. I think this would have impressed the coach, Cameron Ciraldo. No doubt about that. Their ability to stay in the game, particularly in the first half where Dragons had all the field position, most of the football. They entered the dressing shed's only 6 points down, and the way that they've just kicked on in the second half, so impressive.
Well, where to for the Dragons now? Some soul searching during the week.
Yeah, look, they can, they can use an excuse as losing Jack Bird and
Zach Lomax to the bin.
Lomax to the bin. Saleh early, but really, like when you look at majority of the tries scored by the Bulldogs tonight, like they're just poor attempts of tackle, just not getting your bodies in front. All due respect to the Bulldogs, like they've played really, really well, but I think that some of the players in this Dragons effort, they need to have a look in the mirror if they get off the field tonight.
But Bulldogs fans, your club's building, really building. There's a real strong underbelly at this club, which shows in their defence.
They haven't qualified for the finals since 2016. The longest period that Canterbury has spent outside of finals football since the early 1960s. There's a long way to go, but there is enough with respect to tenacity and belief in this Bulldogs outfit to suggest that they could give the 8 a shake in 2024. Remarkable scoreline. 12-6 in favour of the Dragons at half-time, becomes 44-12 at full-time. The Bulldogs over the Dragons.